Life is not a continuous journey, so it is one that ends someday. We get to learn to live in the moment and love each other anyway, anyway. We should all be enjoying the sunrise as it comes and as it goes. It's the reason why we're living, so live responsible for our growth. We are the new generation. This is a move, this is a movement. The new generation. Where are the people now? Where are the people? We are the new generation. This is a movement. This is a movement. The new generation. Where are the people? Where are the people?
My name is Rayon Carruthers. I'm the Junior Environmental Science Director here at Blue Ocean Sciences. I originate from Jamaica, and I've lived in a few places, but I spent most of my life in Jamaica. Why? I work on water because I've always loved being in the ocean, and when I started scuba diving as a teenager, I realized that there is a serious problem with the ocean. And I figured that what better way to spend my time and energy than trying to do my little part to protect the environment, the ocean. My role working with the National Environment and Planning Agency was an environmental officer, and most of what I did was processing permit applications for any kind of beach work that's to be done within the coastal zone, whether it be for private residences or commercial offices, hotels mostly, and just making sure that everything that they were doing it correctly within the law and in a way that's going to protect the environment ultimately. Yeah, my biggest reward working with the agency was also my biggest challenge. A really big hotel chain, they came in, they got their piece of land, the usual process, and it took a lot of back and forth, a lot of big arguments in rooms, and staying up late at night working on permit conditions and all kinds of stuff, and lots of visits over there to do dives, and just lots of hard work. And at the end of it, it turned out that we ended up with a pretty good working relationship. And up until I left the agency, we saw that they were putting a lot of effort into making sure that they did things the right way. So it felt really good. I did a lot of work in the ocean, obviously, and you come across a lot of marine litter. And depending on exactly what environment it is, it will have a different impact. But on the reef, which is where I did a lot of my work, it can have devastating impacts. And when it comes to coral, when it comes to fish and other marine life, you can tell that even a little bit can go a long way. Just a little bit of plastic can land on a reef and kill that section of reef. And it's really important just to do your best to keep the litter out of the ocean in the first place. Yeah, on a personal level, just in everyday life, I try to be very aware of what I'm doing, of what I'm buying, of what I'm using and how I'm using it and what I'm doing with it after, because it's in the little details that, something can slip through, and, it's just creating a habit of being very aware of what your actions are doing with respect to the environment. So we recycle, and we try not to buy a whole lot of plastic in the first place. We don't do plastic bags at the supermarket. We carry our tote bags. Simple everyday things that are real easy to do just by being aware. Kids can do a lot. Whatever plastic it is that they use, just remember that it is plastic and it needs to be recycled. And if they bought something, a glass container that they can use again, remember that you can find a way to use it again to keep it from going into the environment. Just any little thing you can do will help. My daughter, I need her to know that she can make a difference, that whatever it is that she's trying to make a difference in, that she can, and that especially with water is a global issue, and global issues require global efforts. But we're not all as small as we think we are. That if we come together, and pool our efforts, we can make it work. And that's what I want her to know, to not give up when it's difficult. That if we come together collectively, we can make it work. The UNEP CEP program it reminded me that there are a lot of people trying to protect the environment. You know, it might, in a world where it seems like it's losing strength, that fight, it reminds you that there are a lot of people who are trying to protect the environment, who are trying to teach kids that that's the best way to live. And it's really cool.